So this is the Rope-A-Dope Radio Show. We understand that. We know if Keith comes back, we knew he was going to take a warm-up. But we knew one thing was for certain, and that was Jose Cito Lopez should not be at welterweight fighting no Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is way too big for Jose Cito Lopez. He's going to hurt him and knock him out, and everybody's going to say Thurman's back. That's the only reason Jose Cito Lopez is on this card, is so he can get stopped.
It is a showcase. He is better at 140. That's 100% proven. That is true.
Now, I can't blame them, because I was told that they were going to put Victor Ortiz and Keith Thurman in there as the first fight back. That was going to be his fight, but the situation happened with with Victor Ortiz, that they had to cancel his last fight, which was supposed to have been a warm-up fight, and then they were going to try to move him to a fight with Keith Thurman. So that fight didn't happen due to some circumstances where, he had to get turned in to the authorities and everything else. So Victor Ortiz is knocked out of this whole scenario. And there's a bunch of smaller fights that were made that I thought was impressive, except for Leo Santa Cruz versus Miguel Flores. I'm not really feeling no heat from that fight at all. That's like a keep Leo busy fight. And then you got with Caleb, back to Caleb Plant. Is Caleb Plant from is he from Minnesota?
Truax.
Right. I thought Plant was too. Okay, I know Truax is. Yeah, so I thought Caleb Plant was, but yeah, he's gonna definitely he's gonna lose. Jose's gonna beat him. And and then the Thurman fight, Thurman's gonna win by like 4th, 5th round knockout. Then they're gonna say 1 time's back. Leo Santa Cruz will stop Flores.
They are just saying that Rick knocks him out.
Yeah.
You heard it here first from Garcia. It is true. It is a showcase fight. It is to make him go 1 time's back. I'm on the prowl.
Yeah. We know what that's about. So here we get right to the chase. We don't. That's what I like about here. We get right to the chase. We don't give you no fluff. Anthony Durrell. Yeah, Anthony Durrell is fighting a guy I haven't heard of. Have you heard of that guy he's fighting?
I have. He got knocked out by Eubank Jr. They made this fight because Benavidez got busted. So he's got to take that 6-month sit down.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
This guy has no. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that that's the same body said, we're not going to get you hurt, Darrell. Here you go. Just take that. But when it's a main event on FS1, it should at least be a little bit more of a liver guy. I think Eubank took him out in like 3 rounds. So yeah, that one sucks. Even though that's in the Minneapolis Armory, I'm still going to say I don't like that as main event. But at least there is something with that Benavidez. I guess Benavidez is going to return March on the Spence Garcia undercard, and then they're gonna fight in the summer, him and Darrell, Benavidez and Darrell. But that does suck. I agree with that fight.
Yep. And then now this is the interesting fight here: Shawn Porter versus Ugas. Now Ugas is probably gonna go in as underdog. He's not a real big puncher, but he's a sharp puncher and he's a good boxer. He's got technique. I'm going to take Ugas over Shawn Porter over the skill factor, but I'm quite sure the bull rushing and things of that nature will, get to Ugas as they put Shawn Porter in the ring with somebody else who's got pillows on, who's not known as a hard puncher at a 147. Even though Ugas got some snap on his shots, I just don't think
he's a good short puncher too.
Yeah. I mean, he's technically, he's way.
He can pick up the block. He can pick up the block, so to speak, because Porter's a fullback, so I don't even think he's a tailback. He's too stiff to be a tailback. I think Porter's a fullback. Dude. He's like an H-back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, because you look at Shawn Porter, he's going to come in there with Ugas. Ugas got all the talent, all the skills, fighting on angles. Even though Shawn Porter's been trying to like reduce his headbutting down and trying to, keep himself, under control when he fights.
It's nice that he's reducing his headbutting, He's nice to do that.
Yeah,
he obviously hasn't been hanging out with Tim Bradley much.
Right, he's trying to box Bradley, more for the.
They'd have to wear those other. They'd have to wear headgear if Bradley and Porter fought.
Right, so I see them going to the cards, and Porter's going to get like a split decision over Ugas, and I'm going to be upset. But I think Ugas should beat him easy. The next fight,
good fight.
Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia. I don't like this fight. Not one bit. Now, Floyd Mayweather told me not to count out Mikey Garcia. He's like, don't count out Mikey Garcia. And I'm like, why not? And this is right when Mikey won the last fight against E-Bunny. So I told him, once he beat Robert Easter, I said, well, he called out, because I saw Floyd that night. So we're in there, we're watching the acceptance speech and everything. And he's like, man, I'm showing him the knockdown. And we're talking about the fight. And I said, well, he called out Errol. And he was like, for real? Like, yeah, he called out Errol. He was like, well, I'll make the fight. If they really wanted to do it, his promoter hat came on. Because he was first like, I don't really want to talk about boxing, I done did my thing. I don't really want to talk about boxing. Then when we were talking about that fight, then he couldn't help. Well, I wouldn't count out, Mikey Garcia. Don't count Mikey Garcia out. He's got championship experience in his corner. Even though I know Errol Spence and his trainer and everything was my sparring partner for a long period of time, they have world champion experience. Robert Garcia has been in a lot of championship fights, so he knows what it's like in those trenches. So he's like, don't count Mikey Garcia out in this fight. Believe me, they know how to game plan. They know they got a good team. So don't think that's going to be an easy fight for Errol Spence. Because he's like, if Errol start thinking like that, this is just another night, he's too small, he might be in trouble. So he's like, I see that. He's like, that's a close fight. I was like, what? But that could be promoter Floyd. That's why I was like, that could just be promoter Floyd. But he's like, if he really wanted, I'll make the fight. I'll sign it up. He's like, I'll sign that fight up. And he wasn't kidding.
Jones bought it. Jerry Jones bought it.
Yep.
So he must like it.
Yeah, and
Mikey. That's why the fight's getting made, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Mikey said a while ago in an interview that he saw Errol Spence fight and says, I could beat him, and I could beat him easy. From outside the ring, watching Errol fight, and Errol couldn't believe that he had the audacity to say that. But Mikey truly believed it.
The Kell Brooks fight, and maybe like a couple of moments for Lamont, and that's about it, though, isn't it? I mean, Kell Brooks much bigger too. I do think.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Mikey Garcia, when he fought against Sergey Lipinets was giving him a lot of problems at 140, and that was at 140. Mikey got power at 140, but taking the punches from guys that was bigger. I saw Sergey Lipinets have an effect on Mikey Garcia in that fight.
Yeah.
He limited Mikey Garcia. Yeah, he limited Mikey Garcia to doing the same combination over and over again. And just staying away, trying to stay outside, running the same combination, getting out. I'm like, you won't be able to do that with Errol. Errol can cut the ring off better. and his size, he attacks the body. Something that Mikey rarely does. He does it, but he's doing it a lot more now. And he needed it in the Robert Easter fight. But Errol is somebody who lives body, head, body, head, body, head. And if you don't have any sting or something to get his attention to keep him off of you, you're in trouble. But I admire the courage. I admire the will to compete from Mikey Garcia. Because this is not a fight you say you want and go up 2 weight classes to do. This isn't the fight.
Yeah, or even one. Even one, because the 140 is not a big 140 pounder. And that's kind of where he's been fighting in a sense. Most of his actually fights with Broner, and Lipinets, and even that first fight was like a 138. So even if you say, well, he's coming from 140 to 47, it just, the body shots, he's just so much bigger. I mean,
yeah, but he went down to 35. You see, he went back down to 35, so he can unify with Robert Easter.
I know he did.
So that's what I'm saying. You kill your body. You kill your body by going down to 35. Then you're gonna jump up 2 weight classes. He's gonna notice, and on fight night, when his body might not respond to being at that size, and then taking the punches from somebody who's a bigger guy. Because Errol is too big for 147. He's really a 154 fighter. So you're fighting a guy who's a big welterweight.
You can tell on weigh-in day,
Yeah.
And Spence is definitely like, it's not crazy unhealthy just yet, but you can tell that he's got to make the weight pretty, he's counting down the minutes.
Yeah. His frame is 154. His frame is screaming 154. And pretty soon he's going to be a man that's going to have to lead a weight class just like Kell Brook.
Yeah, I agree.
So that fight is going to be interesting. I'm taking Errol Spence, though, by, I'll say, stoppage. I think they're going to stop it probably in round like 9 or 10. I think the body attack will be too much.
4 to 6 rounds?
I got to go in 10 rounds.
4 to 6 rounds, though? Do you think, like, maybe in the first 4 to 6 rounds that Mikey could, with their guy coming to him? And, Spence doesn't move his head that much. He's got pretty good footwork as far as getting out of distance with angles, but he doesn't move his head much. Do you think for the first 4 to 6 rounds, though, that Mikey could be, competitive where he's landing
absolutely
punches and even with the help?
Absolutely. I don't think Errol's not going to come on. Errol's a slow starter. Errol's not going to start until he starts figuring them out. And plus, once he starts feeling what he got to deliver, Errol's not going to come on to probably the last minute of the round. He's just going to box. He's going to jab. He's going to stay out there. But he's going to let Mikey feel him in those rounds and see how Mikey responds to taking the power. Now, if Mikey starts, trying to sit back and rest or not being as active, then, Errol will step it up. And I think in probably the later rounds, like 9 and 10, he's going to really step it up. Because by that time, Mikey will be broke down from the body shots and the head shots, so he won't be moving as much. See, Mikey likes to move a lot and give a lot of movement. But when you go into that body, he's going to be starting getting more and more stationary. And once he's stationary, that's it.
Hit him on the hip.
Oh, yeah, because Errol will go to the body early.
Fight, but I wish it happened like 18 months from now, That's what I wish.
Yeah, I mean, for a first fight, that's, like I said, I give Mikey Garcia all the credit in the world.
Yeah, he ain't ducking Lomachenko. People that are out there saying that Mikey is ducking Lomachenko, please, dude. That's the last thing Mikey's doing. And you know what? He does get to keep his 35 WC belt until after this fight, too. So, just saying.
Oh, yeah. And then another great fight that they got is Lamont Peterson versus Sergey Lipinets. I got Sergey Lipinets winning this fight because I don't think Peterson is going to be able to outwork Sergey Lipinets. I think he's going to look good in spots, but he's going to get busted up, I think, and he'll be doing a lot of trying to block. But it'll be a good fight for what it is. I just think he's a little too long in the tooth right now. Peterson, and he's taken a lot of punishment in his last couple of fights. You know, he's been getting hit more than he should, and
he got beat by stealthy punishment. And Lipinets, he's going to have a newfound confidence based off that Garcia fight, I think, you know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you got to look at it like Peterson, you know, he just, in his last fight, he just really took a lot of shots he shouldn't have. You know, it was kind of unnecessary to him take the punishment that he did. He gave it his all, but it was the writing was on the wall, you know, and he's never really had a chance to learn how to counterpunch. He's always, okay, I'm going to keep my high guard up and walk you down and go in the trenches and bang with you and break you down. You can't make a living like that long term. Fighters who fight that style don't last that long in the game. If you don't use any type of vertical, you know, movement, going left to right, boxing, using the jabs, staying behind it, if you keep this same thing going on over and over again, it's going to destroy you. You know, when he fought Errol, it was the same thing. You know, he was kind of mechanical, you know, coming straight down the line. So there's a chance for Sergey to, like, stop him. But Caleb Truax, man, can he pull off another one? That's, yeah, Kid Chocolate. He's going to be throwing out candy, or will he just be knocked out?
No, Caleb Truax is... The thing about Caleb is you're going to get everything out of him. He's not an easy fight at all. And he can take your wheel. And with Peter, he's kind of like a defeated guy.
And he's going to be at home.
Yeah. And now, Peter Quillen has really been rusty. He's not really looked good in the fights he's supposed to look good in. It's like he's unsure of himself ever since he got knocked out. He's been a little unsure of his power. You know, he was scared to shoot the shots sometimes. He's finna throw it, he pulls it back like he's gun shy about getting caught, clipped. You come in there like that against Caleb Truax and you're going to sleep. You are going to sleep. And then you got yeah, so on that fight though, I'm gonna pick Peter to win decision. I haven't won a decision on that one, but I think Caleb gets him a
he may not be able to get a decision though. He's gonna have to knock Truax down in the armory in Minneapolis, dude.
Yeah, he better score a knockdown if he wants to do that.
There's gonna be 4,000 or 5,000 people on there, dude. They're gonna make some noise.
Yeah, they should.
Just like last.
Yeah, I hope to go to that fight. That'll be a cool fight to go to. I might go to that one.
Should. It'll just be spring coming, April 13th. Although last time we got a 17 inches of snow in April, but that won't happen. It'll probably be a nice. Come up here, man.
Yep. And then Danny Garcia and Adrian Granados. And it's an okay fight. I mean, for Danny, yes, because this is a fight he could lose. I mean, it's a dangerous fight for Danny because Adrian Granados, he can box, he can move. He's been in a lot of wars from Chicago, and I've seen him train. I've seen him work with all his trainers out here, and that guy he lives in sweats and lives like a champion. He fights with nothing but heart.
Short notice, the full camp too.
Yeah, he's totally game, and he's gonna be there for the entire haul, and he's skilled. He can use the ring a little bit. I mean, he might get caught and clipped with some big shots, but Danny Garcia and him are about the same size. They both.
Danny can't cut the ring off.
Yeah, you know.
Danny can't cut the ring off.
Exactly, and they're both. These guys are both small welterweights. Both 140 guys, small guys who they would love to feed. They keep feeding to Shawn Porter, but I think they had this screwed up. I said Mikey Garcia should have been fighting Danny Garcia. That should have happened. Errol should have been fighting Shawn Porter. You know, and Ugas and Granado should have been fighting.
And if not, if you ain't gonna do it like that, put Ugas in there
Shawn
with Danny Garcia.
Or Granados, Granados do got some good fight too.
Right.
Danny Porter said today, Garcia, at the presser, he said, well, Errol Spence is not on my mandatory list, so I got this mandatory to take care of. That's what he said. Then I'm going to be hunting a fight with somebody. That's what he said. His words, not mine.
So Ugas is his mandatory. So, okay. I'm telling you, Ugas can beat Shawn Porter. I believe it, and I'm picking Ugas. I think Ugas is. He's going to mess up a lot of people's money.
Fighting that February card too on FS1, I heard.
Yeah, but I got Danny Garcia winning that fight. I think Danny Garcia is going to beat Adrian Granados. So I think it'll be a close fight, and they're going to raise Danny Garcia's hand, and then a lot of people be like, "No, man, that's the wrong fight." So,
right.
And they're making some small fights and putting guys on the card. Because there was some guys like, hey, man, I want to get on that Leo Santa Cruz card. That's going to be on Fox LA. I want to get on there because they got Omar Figueroa coming back.
Right.
I'm like, that's going to be a fight. Him and John Molina Jr., that's going to be a fight.
I like that fight.
Omar Figueroa should be able to drop him.
Right there, dude.
I think he stops John Molina Jr. in, I'll say round 8 or 9. He could get him out of there because he's going to slow down. And the thing about Figueroa that people don't know about him is he's really slick. He's kind of slick, and he throws punches from angles you don't see, and he's got some pop. So I think for a good while, he's gonna confuse him.